Welcome to week 1 of Eden Hope Academy's Writers Club. I'm so excited that you're with me. I'm Kim Glanowski, and let's get started. Now, what you're going to have to do before you go to your first class is you're going to have to choose a topic. And this is going to be the topic that you write on for all 12 weeks, and at the end, you will have a book about. So make sure you choose wisely, and you really consult with your parents about it to make sure that that's a topic that they're on board with. And you can choose from one of two things. The first one can be historical fiction. And what I mean by that is several of our students last year did this. Julian, for example, did the Bermuda Triangle. And so he talked about some of the stories of Bermuda Triangle, but he did it from the vantage point of he was talking to his little brother Stuart in a homemade tent that they had made in their living room. And he was telling Stuart about the Bermuda Triangle. And then as Stuart would say, well, tell me more, then Julian would go in to the different stories from the Bermuda Triangle. So that is one way to write your book. Another way is that Tess wrote The Burning of the Valley, and her family went and visited, that's Tess and her mama, and they went and visited a museum in the Shenandoah Valley. And then she wrote about her experiences, and she just talked directly about her experiences and what she learned. So that's definitely a different method that you can use. And then another method that you can use is like Charlotte. And Charlotte wrote about the Mayflower. And so she taught her readers about the Mayflower by pretending that she had fallen asleep after reading a book about the Mayflower. And then she woke up and she was on it. So that's completely inserting yourself into the story. So those are some thoughts, what you can be thinking about. So choose a topic, get some books and read about it so you know as much about that topic as you can before your first day of class. And then when you're ready and you know what you're going to do, be thinking about how you're going to structure your story. Are you going to include yourself? Are you not going to include yourself? Are you going to, is it a dream or is it you telling someone else? So kind of think about how you're going to weave those parts into your story. Now, the second type of story that I'd really like for you to consider, and I think that is important because it's so helpful to other people, is a testimony book. And what I mean by that is the word testimony means to walk through fire and then go back and walk someone else through. So it's when you've been through a hard time in your life and you see God's provision, you see like through the darkness, you can still feel God and you can still see Him. But then at the end, you can see how He wove all kinds of different things together so that it was going to work out. And you can say, wow, now I see where this thing worked out really well. And that's a testimony. And so one of my favorite books is Bullied, Broken, and Redeemed. And this is a young Eden Hope student who in middle school and public school was very bullied by other students. And then he himself became a bully. So he speaks the truth about what happened to him, how badly he felt and what was going on with him. But he also speaks the truth about how he wasn't very kind to some other students. And what happened in this book is his parents took him out of school and homeschooled him, and he was able to form a relationship with Jesus that he had never known, and his heart was softened, and now he's a big advocate. He's only in high school still, so it hasn't been that long, but he's a big advocate of children who are students who were bullied. And so this is just a fantastic book that's really helping so many students, and that's my goal for you, is I'm hoping that your book helps other students. So if you're going to write a testimony book, I want you to write out just a few sentences this week. First of all, talk to your parents and make sure they're okay with what you're writing first. And then write out a few sentences of what happened, how it happened, and how God was able to use that. And I don't mean paragraph and paragraph and paragraph. I just mean a few sentences so when you get to class, you're ready. And in class this week, we have a couple of exercises that we're going to do, and you're going to be able to really see how your book is going to come together. So you're going to really enjoy this so much. And remember, the The topic that you choose is pretty much going to be the topic that you have for the whole rest of the semester. So choose wisely and make sure your parents are on board with it, and make sure that you have enough details, enough information that you're going to be able to write a whole book on this. Now your books will be about 12 to 15 pages of single-spaced writing on the computer, or when we put the pictures in and we make them really pretty, it's going to be about 40 pages of a book if you choose to publish it, because just about every paragraph of the books that we publish have a picture on them. So remember, we're going to take your 12 to 14 pages and expand it into a big book, all right? So be sure this week to choose your topic, have a couple sentences written down about where you're going to talk about, and be ready for class. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.